Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Normal here, and here is the camera comparison of two smartphones, the OnePlus Nord with the Samsung Galaxy M31s. Now both the devices have good camera setup with a quad camera setup, and you get an ultra wide angle lens and also a macro sensor along with the primary camera. So let's find out how they stack against each other. So if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that red subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. Now in terms of the camera hardware, the OnePlus Nord comes with a primary 48 megapixel f1.8 aperture with Sony IMX 586 sensor and a secondary 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens and a third 2 megapixel macro sensor and a 5 megapixel depth sensor. There is optical image stabilization and electronic image stabilization on offer. On the front camera, it has a 32 megapixel selfie camera along with an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens. Now talking about the specifications, the Galaxy M31s comes with a 64 megapixel primary f1.7 camera with the Sony IMX 682 sensor. There is a secondary 12 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, a third 5 megapixel macro sensor and 5 megapixel depth sensor. On the front panel, it has a 32 megapixel f2.2 selfie camera. Now first up, let's have a look at the video recording. Here both the smartphones can record videos in 1080p resolution as well as 4K is supported. While Nord has 1080p resolution at 60 fps, the M31s is limited to 30 fps. Now looking at the footage, the colors looks better on the M31s while the Nord is a bit saturated. But having said that, one of the most important issues with the M31s is the focus hunting, which deteriorates the video quality. The stabilization is also better on the OnePlus Nord. So overall, in terms of the video quality, the usable one with better stabilization is the OnePlus Nord. Next up, the daylight captures. Looking at the captures, you can see both offers good performance and details. The colors are the differentiating aspect. You can see the images shot on the M31s is a lot vibrant and saturated than the Nord. The Nord also has a tendency to saturate, but the M31s has higher levels of saturation. The details looks good on both the devices, and even when you zoom in, the details and sharpness levels are quite similar. While details and sharpness levels are similar, the colors are better on the OnePlus Nord. So our pick would be the OnePlus Nord in terms of daylight conditions. Now both the devices have ultra wide angle lens and images have similar colors. The ultra wide angle lens were really good on both the devices, though Samsung did have a slight advantage in terms of the sharpness, but only by a small margin. Now moving on to the close-up shots, both the devices have good details, and here the OnePlus Nord produces image with lesser saturation levels than the Samsung Galaxy M31s. The details and sharpness levels are quite similar on both the phones. In terms of the macro sensor, neither of them are perfect, but the better one among the two would be M31s, as the Nord macro images are completely washed out. Now moving on to the portrait shots. Here again M31s produce better looking portraits with good accurate skin tones, while the Nord has some white balance issues, especially with the skin tones. The edge detection was good on both the phones. So in terms of the portraits, the Galaxy M31s takes the lead. Next, the low light photos. Here, the regular photos under indoor lighting condition, OnePlus Nord produces slightly better images with lesser amount of noise. While Galaxy M31s also did a decent job, we expected better performance. But when it comes to extreme low light images, you could see that the details are better on the OnePlus Nord, and also the night mode is much better on the OnePlus Nord than the Samsung Galaxy M31s, where the noise levels are way too higher in the night mode. Finally, the selfie experience. While the OnePlus Nord has a dual 32 megapixel selfie camera, the M31s has a single 32 megapixel shooter. In terms of selfie experience, we like the M31s skin tones, while the images are sharper on both the devices. Since selfies are more of a personal choice, we would leave it to our viewers to decide which looks better. In our opinion, M31s produce better selfies, even though Nord has secondary ultra wide angle selfie camera. Nord has also additional advantage of 4K at 60 fps video for selfies. So this is the front-facing camera sample taken with the OnePlus Nord, which can record videos in 1080p resolution as well as 4K at 60 fps is also supported, which is quite rare. So you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is and also the audio output from the front camera. So this is the front-facing camera sample taken with the Samsung Galaxy M31s. So it can record videos both in 4K as well as 1080p resolution. So you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the video is and also the audio output from the front camera. So summing up, which has the better camera? It is a tough job to pick a winner here as both the devices have their own pros and cons. While the Nord has better daylight, low light, close-up and also better video recording, the M31s wins in macros, portraits and selfie camera. But if we were to pick one camera, probably we would have gone with the OnePlus Nord. So what do you guys think is the better camera out of these two devices? Do share in your thoughts in the comment section. This is Thermal signing off with the camera comparison of the OnePlus Nord with the Samsung Galaxy M31s. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.